Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning, panelists. Thank you very much for this big opportunity for me to deliver my project. My dear Fulbrighters, my vision is to provide an accessible anti-discrimination for those people who are marginalized and disadvantaged. And my project will support my vision. Differentiated reading instructions in social studies subject to improve middle school's reading skill. Why this project? Because based on my short survey I conducted on September 2021 to 55 respondents, and all of them are teachers, I found that 90% of the respondents comes from left behind, very left behind and developing school area. And I also found that 40% of respondent teachers, they are not differentiate the instruction for their children, for their students. They just do the single instruction in their classroom. And I also found that 70% of the respondent, they have 1 until 5 students in their classroom who are not fluent in reading. In fact, I have the similar experience in my school. His name is Jordi. He is in the middle school. And as you see from the picture, he's still decoding and spelling word by word. And it happens as well, not only for Jordi, but we in school have 4 until 5 students in each class who have the similar problem. Because in my school, we do not differentiate the students based on their mastery level. We just give them the single instruction in whole class. That is the problem that I face in my school. So my question is, as a social studies teacher, I could not teach my students to be able to master the content if they are not able to read. They have different skills and abilities in reading. My question is, how can differentiated instruction can improve middle school's reading skills in social studies? From the literature review, I found that differentiated instruction, Tomlinson said, can support the students based on their learning style, learning profile, readiness, and even their interest. And I also found from Philford, to improve the different reading skills means we have to teach them different components of readings, from phonics awareness, from phonics itself, fluency, vocabulary, until comprehension. And I also found that from discussion, text reading with support will really help students to master the content in social studies. Reading with support in here means that students are helped with text, read aloud, or maybe with the audio by the teacher or fluent readers. And talking about instruction, the small group will provide students with more feedbacks and practice, while the whole class instruction just doesn't have like this. I conclude that we have possible strategies to improve students' reading skill, because reading consists of 3 phases, from before, during, and after reading. The strategy need to meet with these phases. For those who are not able to read or not fluent in reading in phonics instruction, teacher can help the students to do the instruction like, before reading, they will get alphabetic matching, where students are allowed to match between lowercase and uppercase. During the reading, students are allowed to do their tapping word, where they can blend the word based on their letters. Let's say we say cat, C-A-T, and we can blend cat. After reading, students are provided to do making words, where students given by many letters, and they need to arrange the words based on the letters from two letters, 3 letters, and 4 letters, and so on until they are really fluent. Well, for those who are not fluent as in fluency level, students are allowed to be instructed with word study. Teacher give them the vocabulary related to the text and the topic. After that, in the middle of reading, teacher provide the recording and students read along with this recording. After they do the fluent reading, in the recording, students are allowed to do their reading partner, while one friend read and the other one helping the students who find the mistake. And for the comprehension, the possible strategies is first line strategies before reading. Students are allowed to find the first line, and they need to find the keywords of each paragraph so they can know what they're going to read. In the middle of reading, they can do the question generation. They answer the question that provided before by the teacher. After reading, they can do summarization using graphic organizer. What is the benefits? Of course, they will improve their reading skills. Learning how to read means they will open more benefit for students, not only in my subject social studies, but they will be improved in other subjects, and they will gain the mastery level of the other subject as well. Because social studies are required for students to be able to master the content, but they have to retell and summarize the content of each subject, not only in social studies. After that, after they can comprehend and mastering their reading level, they will be more engaged with teachers because they can mastering the topic, they can be more participate in their classroom. There will be an engagement between students and teachers. Based on my project, I have planned, I want to make lesson plans in social studies content, of course, in my own language, in Bahasa Indonesia. I will prepare the lesson plan. Before I implement the lesson plans, I will do the pre-test to get to know the students' reading level. I will group them in their struggling levels, those who are struggling in phonics, fluency, or comprehension. After I know their groups, I will implement it in the unit 1. After I implement it, I will do evaluation and do the post-test to know their progress. I will do it until unit 4. So in the end of the project, I will know their progress from the beginning until the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And panelists, we open it up for you for questions and comments.
I'll go ahead. Okay. Thank you for your presentation. You identified the importance of using reading strategies in social studies to help students access content. Just out of curiosity, I wanted to know is there opportunity for you to collaborate in your school with the English teacher or the reading teacher to help inform some of the practices or strategies that you're using?
Definitely, because in my country, we do not teach social studies in English, so we teach them in our language. So I will collaborate with Bahasa teachers, in our language teachers, and as well as with English teachers as well, because this strategy can be implemented not only in my subject, but the big thing, it will be implemented in science, language, English, maybe math, and religion as well.
I really appreciated, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
I really appreciated how you started with data from the teachers that you queried as you were here. I think that was a very powerful way to really situate the need at your site as well as the need in your school. I'm curious, I lost my train of thought here. When you're doing this, do you plan to have other teachers come in and watch you in your, as you're going through unit 1, 2, 3, 4?
Okay, I will ask my principal first to know, because before I implement it, I will share my project to my fellow teachers in my school, as
Uh-huh.
well as my principal. When I implement it in the first time, I will ask them to join us if
Uh-huh.
they don't have a license at that day.
Yeah.
After that, they will know that this project, I hope, will be implemented in your subject as well. So they will understand what I want.
I think that'll be great to bring
Yeah.
teachers into watch too, as you're being vulnerable and,
Yeah.
taking this lead step. I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you.
Again, great job. You again, you pulled being right into the story. The way you contextualize the whole idea of differentiated instruction.
Mhm.
We know that's best practice. If in the U.S. with your teachers, I used to tell my teachers, all kids learn differently. So thank you for that. I just need to consider this idea again of barriers. And I keep asking that question about barriers. If you think of your country, think of your school, think of culture, traditions, the way we've always done things, we've always done it this way. What are some of the barriers that might come up as you implement this idea that you have?
Mhm.
I think it's one of my panelist colleagues shared earlier that in these countries, people go, oh, that came from the Western world, that came from America, or you went to America, you brought us something new. So how might you go around that? What are some of the barriers you think that will come up for you? What would you consider? I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I'm just resting as I'm hearing you speak.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So I have a fun story in my school when I asked my students to be taught by their parents. So we have a parents meeting at that day, and I asked their parents to teach their students to read. And what a funny story of parents' answers is like this: Mr. Aziz, we as a parents unable to read as well. So we just ask you to help our students. So that's why the big barriers that we have. I conducted the evening lesson in my house, so I invited students to come to my house to give them more practice about reading, math, and everything. Even I asked them to, I'm so tired. I was so tired, and then they asked me, Mr. Aziz, we don't want to go back home. We don't going to go back home. We just want you give us the lesson. Only 30 minutes is okay because our parents will punish us if we don't study with you this evening. So this is the big challenge because they don't have ability to teach the students to read. And the second barriers I found is how to find the right content that can easily be understood by the students, especially for those who are still struggling in phonics and fluency. It's the two barriers that I found.
Just keep thinking about it. Okay.
So I'll just wrap up. I'm so proud of you, Asis. This is
Thank you.
I've been working with you this semester. It's been such a joy. And your project has come so far. Lots of changes along the way.
Yeah.
You've really thought out, this is a lot of work, a lot of intricate ways that you're planning to do instruction, and then also to study that. So I just want to end by saying how proud I am of you. Congratulations, terrific
Thank you,
presentation.
Dr. Harris and Becky helped me a lot about this. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Thank you.